Hello and welcome to Slamfire Radio episode 470 for August 25th. I'm one of your hosts, Kyle.
Everybody else go first. I'm still pulling up the show notes. Show notes. I'm going last. They're not loading. I'm Random Dave, one of your hosts.
I'm another host, Mo.
And I'm Adriel.
And that's the roughest one that we've had in a long time.
Because Kelly's not here.
It is the meth episode, so I guess it makes sense.
There's a meth to our madness.
That Methisode.
But before we get into everything, we'd like to announce that we are looking for new show sponsors. So if this type of conversation excites you and you want to sponsor the show, we're looking for show sponsors.
If you know a guy on a corner who happens to scratch his face a lot and buys a lot of chemicals for no apparent reason at your local hardware store, have him send us an email.
And we're going to get right into what we did with guns. So, Dave, what did you do in guns?
But before we get there, so we did a reset on show sponsors. We are looking for new show sponsors, and we'll be reaching out to the ones we had in the past as well. In terms of what you get, we have 711 followers on iTunes, 290 on Google Play. We have about 1,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel. About 1,000 followers on Facebook, and we get about 5,000 unique downloads through other podcasting apps per month. So it is as much as you can tell, which you can't, how many subscribers and whatnot we have. Somewhere between or somewhere around 10,000. Somewhere around 10,000 people. Most people listen to it on the podcast. Some people join us for the Facebook bit or YouTube, but mostly on podcast. Methisode 470 it is then. Yes, this is the one we use when we're trying to be all corporate-y and like, your ad money's safe here. The Methisode.
We will spend all that Patreon money on not meth. If we get enough Patreon money, then we can get cocaine, which I hear is the thing that successful people do, at least in Ottawa.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
That and scotch.
Okay.
Anyway, we're probably now banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But what did you do this last bit, Dave?
Other than getting us banned from YouTube and Facebook, I've been selling my World War I and World War II pistols to collectors because they've just been sitting in my safe since I was on my World War II, World War I kick. Bought a bunch of them just to shoot them and show them off to new shooters. And I decided, since they're doing the banning of things to stop the meth people in Toronto from illegally importing guns from Canada by stopping us from having them, I'm going to find collectors and sell all of my World War I, World War II guns to collectors. So I sold the last one this morning and managed to get through and get the...
You got through? Man, I keep like getting on hold and then they give me the robo like, sorry, our technology is bad and we should feel bad, but see you later.
It took me a couple days of trying casually, and then I was doing work all day today that didn't require me to be on the phone, so I just speed dialed all day, and I think it was about five or six calls. I got hung up on 5 or 6 times, and then I got through to Jasmine, who was super cool and let me conference the other guy in, who was like driving down the 407. I phoned him, he's like, hold on, let me pull over, I need to find an underpass. So got himself into an underpass somewhere, pulled over, and conferenced him in and got the thing done. So it was good.
Cool.
He had a bunch of transfers done July 1st. He's still waiting for them. Hasn't heard anything back. He's in Ontario as well.
July.
So, Steve, I hope this happens soon, and we can get you your guns. I haven't heard anything on my Ontario ones that I did May 30th. Nothing yet. So, but they did say when we were on the phone with this lady, she said 8 weeks right now, at least.
At least.
In Ontario.
8 weeks.
That's what she said.
Anywhere, I think. I have one that's 9 weeks now.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Where was it coming from?
Ontario, but like it'll get processed by the Alberta CFO once the federales are done their part.
Yeah. Okay, well, I hope it gets done. Ontario Rifle Association is back on the ranges at Borden. As of last week, we had our first event. We finally got range bookings. So we've got short season. It's just going to be basically September October, November, and we're done one match in November. But at least we're back on the ranges, and next year we're not expecting any problems. So check out OntarioRifleAssociation.ca. Calendar should be updated soon. And come on out to some of the events. We got a couple long-range matches. We got some practice days. We got short-range practice days. And we've got some CQC matches, which is rifle and handgun at 10 to 35 yards. It's going to be a blast.
Right on.
Very nice.
And that's it. Hold on. Adriel, what have you been up to?
All sorts of stuff. Just guns and reloading and all sorts of things. So last weekend I did a maple seed in Red Deer at the Blindman Valley Gun Club, which is really cool. Nice little gun club. Perfect size for maple seed. Perfect size. And yeah, really nice. Went and did that. I sanded and re-oiled the Kentucky rifle. So if you want to see what it looks like, there, it's lighter color now. So it didn't take on that darker color of the maple, but it's much more consistent now. So fantastic. I took it out and shot it some more. Shot it at 50 and 25 and 200 and 300 and all that kind of stuff. Tried it with like full power 110 grain shots and 80 grain shots and everything in between. I got a powder horn for it. There was one on Amazon for $20. It's right there. Worked great. I mean, it's cheap. It's a cheaply finished from India, but worked fine. And was much better than scooping the powder out with like a 45 caliber casing that I found on the ground.
So two questions. What did they kill in India to get a horn that big? And is it like actually made of horn or?
Yeah.
And why do I think some guys in Khyber Pass probably running around with those shooting at the Pakistani army?
It does look like a real horn. It's section. Yeah, it looks like a real horn. It looks like it. I would say it looks like it. I would say the places where they cheaped out were like, it's just got a simple leather strap on it. The plug is just like a chunk of wood that they just like drilled in there. But who cares? Does what it's supposed to just fine, which is hold my powder and not spill it. Yeah.
How did it do at 300 yards?
Impact.
How big was the bite?
Once I knew my drop at 300, which took me one shot with the spotting scope to see how far down I was, I made impact the next two shots out.
Nice.
With a patched ball.
That's awesome.
Patched ball. Yeah, it was amazing.
Sweet.
Yeah. Now I've got all my muzzle and crap in like one of these little Nanook. One of the nanos.
That doesn't look
down under hat and upgrade.
Timeline appropriate.
No, it doesn't, does it? It's like lime green with all this stuff on it, but it's very handy for bringing all my stuff to the range. It's all my accoutrement. I did 2 other range visits. So I had a couple of buddies who wanted to hit the range. One of them, we just did some reloading. We were shooting some 30-06, and another one just got a new handgun and wanted to try it out. So we went and shot that. So it was, I've been at the range multiple times in the last little bit here. And then I've been reloading a lot. So in the past few weeks, I have reloaded 4,000 rounds of 9mm, about 400 rounds of 223, 130 rounds of 30-06, 62 rounds of 303. And then I've tumbled like everything I get my hands on. So I tumbled like 4,000 brass rounds of 9mm and about 2,000 rounds of 223 brass. So everything's shiny at my place. And I made some wine because I had some more time on my hands. So got a couple of those kits going. I ordered that Spectre Ballistics lower, the match lower that they've got. Should be here tomorrow. And this came in the mail. So this is a folding Magpul stock. This is their Zhukov stock. And I've said before, it is the nicest looking stock to put on a 180. Primarily because this part here like fits in really nicely with the back of the stock. It's a folding stock, which is nice, and it is telescopic. So just by pulling that piece down there, you can extend or collapse the stock cover which way you want to. They do have cheek pieces that you can click on there for additional cheek height. I don't believe I'll need any of them, but it's nice to have the option. And I was just exploring a couple of the other features on it just before the show here. It's got like a QD cup on the side there, steel, and it's got like a couple of spots on the back here, which I didn't know about the front QD. So I've got like a bunch of these little cups that I bought in bulk. I might still throw one in the back here just in case, because I think this one is better for like a single point location, like right at the back of the gun would be perfect for a single point sling. But for a 2-point sling, I probably want to run something closer to the back for that rear connection point. So I'll epoxy that on after the show sometime here. I resold my TM9, and first guy didn't want it, so got out, and I sold it to another person. And I've been trying to call the CFP to get it transferred. I often get on hold, and then they hang up on me just after 30 minutes, like say 32 minutes or so. They hang up on me. Oh, yeah. They give me we have technical problems and we don't know how to fix them, and goodbye. So I'll keep trying.
And how does that make you feel, Adriel?
Well, you can't really do anything while you're on hold, right? Like, it's hard to take a nap while you're on hold because they keep in your ear about like, oh, if you're an executor of an estate, then blah, 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 something or other. I don't know. And all these other things that I don't care about. And
you should have this memorized by now.
Did you know that the RCMP Canadian Firearms Program is the reliable source for information for your local police force and international police forces should they require any information or firearms be moved or used illegally?
Dave's got it memorized.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got a couple of new articles and video reviews done because, again, time. But I started my new job today, so that time I'm not going to have time anymore. I'm not going to be able to reload like 6,000 rounds a week and all this other stuff. I've been thinking about cheap folding shotguns. I'm going to show them for the new gun stuff. I'm going to show them, but boy, I'm looking hard at them because they're so damn cheap. I kind of like the idea of a folding single shot shotgun. I'm thinking about it hard. I'm going to go coyote hunting this weekend. I've got an aunt that has too many coyotes and they need to die, and I will do that. I don't know what I'm going to use for it.
Oh, just take the black powder out.
Black powder. Oh,
yeah, you should nail them with that. Go classic on their asses. How to make a mess.
I think I'll go 17 HMR with a big bad scope on it. Or 6.5, 243. I could take a 243 out there. Too loud. So 17 HMR. Quiet enough damage. Anything within 150 yards, good enough.
Dude, you got that freaking big. You got that muzzle loader. So use that.
That 50 cal pellet would just knock him right over.
Yeah. I got a pile of 22s, M1 Garand. I think
muzzle loader, dude. Muzzle loader. And do a video of it. Like, what?
Yeah.
Video cam that thing. It'd be awesome.
Shooting coyotes is a little bit harder than you guys are making it out to be. I'll take the cheatingest gun that I've got.
You never seem to have any problems, so why not challenge yourself and make an awesome video out of it at the same time?
Well,
and take a tomahawk with you.
It's at a family member's house. So I gotta get her done. She's basically feeding the coyotes cats at this point. So I gotta like knock the coyotes down so that she's not aiding and abetting the coyote population growth out there.
You could just take them to Burlington, let them go there. They seem to enjoy feeding their coyotes.
What do they do out there? I don't follow.
Well, lately, they seem to be feeding them toddlers because some idiot's been feeding the coyotes because, they're adorable. So why would you not feed them? So they're not afraid of people anymore. The ones that live in the city. So they're now attacking people. So that's good stuff.
Oh, wow.
Well, that happens in Calgary too. I don't think it's like they just get habituated to people. There's an easy solution for that. Just tell people to throw rocks at them if they see them. If you see coyotes, just throw rocks at them. They'll get used to like not liking people. Easy.
I don't think city people are going to do that though. Most of them.
No.
That's what I do.
Edmonton's different. I believe you could throw rocks at a coyote here just fine, and people are like, yeah, get him. I beat him too. Yeah.
Well, if you're in the right part of Edmonton, there is a part of Edmonton where.
Well, downtown they might know. You're not going to see coyotes downtown, anyways, though.
You like buying rocks from your local street vendor? Coyote rocks. Get your coyote rocks here. Get your coyote rocks. Coyotes and prime ministers. What a prize!
These rocks have been curated for the perfect size.
I made a bunch of 303. I want to try that stuff, but I still have some finishing work to do to that rifle before it's ready to beat on the coyotes. But that's it for me. Yeah. So this weekend I'll go shoot some coyotes and build a Lynx 180 lower. Which what kind of part? I think they're mostly AR parts on that. So I think I've got a spare bolt release. I think this is all I need. The rest is going to be AR trigger, air safety, and like a buffer. I don't need a buffer tube because I'm going this thing. I was thinking I'd have to strip my lower, but I don't. I'm done.
Nice. I'll be curious how good that lower actually is.
If it houses a trigger assembly without having to like file something, I'll be happy, because it seems like that's what I've had to do for like all of them is like get after it with a Dremel to make a trigger work. And if it takes a safety, my buddy has a 45-degree safety for his AR, and I'm going to abscond it. Yeah. I'm gonna take that. Kyle, have you been up to anything?
I made it out to check trail cams and do a little bit more scouting there last weekend. And nothing on the trail cam, but one of the areas that we were checking out, there was a lot more sign, everything, deer, moose, elk. So it's tough because it's actually really hot here right now, but we're planning on heading out probably tomorrow afternoon and just go spend the weekend out there and see what we can do. But like I said, it's hot, so I don't anticipate them being out. But then I had a buddy shot something today, and like today was opening day for bow season, so they're around.
Must have had a good spot.
Yeah, I know he does. Yeah,
he probably got lucky, and he was just strolling down the side of the road, and one wandered in front of him.
Yeah, he kind of routinely gets it the first opening days, so.
Good for him.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to. Mo?
I registered for Hipstick match in Quebec. That's going to be this weekend at the Masca Range. It's in St. Dominic, Quebec, and it's going to be a nice warm-up because the Quebec provincials are the weekend after. So looking forward to that. I also received my pistol that I purchased on June 8th, so just over 10 weeks ago. Finally came in, so I'll show it. One second. Hopefully
you don't have it just in your pocket, like stuff in your hands.
The camera doesn't pick it.
Put it right in front of you.
Stupid blurry.
So it's
is that one of those ghost guns I've heard so much about, Mo?
Yeah. So it's a Bull Armory 1911 Racer. So something I had my eye on, and then I was watching out for it. There's usually Freedom Ventures in Nova Scotia is the only one that really seems to carry them, and they of course were sold out, and definitely with after the news in early June. And then I just happened to see a post on CGN that they had 2 in stock. And by the time I noticed it, I went there and there was 1 left and I bought it. So I was looking to try a little classic like for IPSC, and I wanted to go 9mm because a couple of reasons. One, that way I can continue to reload the 9mm. And then there's the actual the advantage of the 10 rounds versus 8 if you're shooting, major. So I already bought some mag pouches, 6 mag pouches for it, the CR Speed. I got them long ago. And I bought another belt and 3 extra mags, so I got my kit, let's say, ready to go. And I'm going to probably try shooting at this like during the indoor season in the winter. So just try match here or there and see if I like it. But I figured I wanted to at least have it. So if this non-liberal nonsense continues, at least I have it in my possession. So
that's awesome. I was thinking of buying one of the CZ P10s, and I looked at them today, and they're like $900. I'm like, I don't know.
More. The new price is 1,000. 900 is the old cheap price, Dave.
Really?
The old cheap price, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Not much more time to wait, so gotta make it happen, Dave. Gotta make it happen.
Well, I went on SFRC this morning to take a look, and they had about, I don't know, 25 to 50 handguns in stock, and this evening they have 3. So people are definitely getting at it.
Yeah, as soon as you see a posting of something somebody has stock, and by the time you look, it's gone or it's down to 1 or 2, right? So yeah, especially on the popular stuff, and then but then again, everything's selling. So, and then my last thing was my local range in Montreal has an IPSC committee, and I was looking to get on it, and because I showed interest, and I wanted to be part of planning the matches for the upcoming season, all that. So through my connection with my friend Louis and Lorenzo, I got on the committee. So looking forward to
nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So
congrats.
I'm happy with that. It's a good club. They're very pro IPSC, right? It's definitely an IPSC club, and I think I mentioned before, they have like a pretty long season of matches, like, probably the longest ones for an indoor range anyways, right? And so I'm looking forward to that season starting, and then trying a little classic shooting with the new gun. I haven't shot at the range yet because I didn't get my reg cert, of course, not yet. But the trigger just is so light. I think it's measures, I think they said between 2.5 and 2.8. So
wow,
I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Very cool.
That's it for me.
Okay, we'll get into upcoming events, and there are still some Maple Seed events happening. We have Broken Head, Manitoba, September 1st, Fort Mac on September 10th, Atlantic Marksmanship Association on September 16th. There's, you can go to mapleseedrifleman.com to register and check, see if there's still spaces available. There's also an ORPS match in the Lower Trenton Valley in Ontario on September 4th. Also, September 9th, 10th, 11th, it's TACOM. Tickets are on sale. Canada's version of SHOT Show, open to the public. And Dave already mentioned the Ontario Rifle Association is back at CFB Borden for the rest of the year. You can go to ontarioRifleAssociation.ca for any information. Also, if you are looking to have a ladies' day, Kelly and the CCFR Women's Division is looking to continue supporting and sponsoring Ladies' Days events. It's a range-driven initiative, but if you'd like sponsorship and support, you can contact Kelly at slamfireradio.gmail.com or info@firearmsrights.ca. And with that, we'll get into the news.
Nothing?
That first one's been up for a couple weeks, has it not? More stats? Yeah.
Yes.
The bottom one's new and amusing.
Yeah. So first off, they've released the date for National Range Day for next year. It will be June 3rd, 2023. So mark that on the calendar. Start planning your events. Apparently, it's standard to have bouncy castles and everything out at your event for that. So you might have to rent them, reserve your bouncy castle early. And then 66 charges in Calgary 3D gun production bust. Who put that one in?
I stuck that one up. So two Calgary guys got 66 charges after the police busted a suspected homemade. I love this suspected homemade gun production facility. Were they making guns or not? So anyway, they grabbed some 3D Ender 3D printers, which I've seen some comments from people work quite well. They're about $300. So should you want to build things that are not guns, then there you go, $300.
Yeah, they print really nice. That's what I have.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So these guys snagged the printers, 5 Glock-style handguns with mags that were 3D printed. Very nice. 5 Glock-style lower receivers that were 3D printed. Awesome. Bunch of firearms parts, some ammo, some used shell casings, which I don't know why that's a thing, but it's nice to know that they were at least test firing these things to make sure they work. Some filament for 3D printing, which, of course, some computers, some cell phones, and shockingly, 100 grams of suspected crack cocaine. I imagine that's like a suspected handgun.
Huh.
So anyway, there was some sort of they caught these guys selling these things and nailed them for possession of firearms in contravention of a prohibition order, shockingly. And the other fellow got possession of firearms while unauthorized. And the police are very concerned about 3D printed firearms. But how are you going to stop that? They said in Calgary about 9% of the ones they seized last year were 3D printed. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So get yourself a 3D printer, get yourself a mill so you can make the upper, and you're good to go. And I don't know how you stop that. I don't think you can. So,
how can you stop someone with like metal working? You can't. It's just
you can't. But they'll probably use this to ban guns of some sort.
Or ban 3D printers.
Seems like a reasonable response. Yeah.
Registered 3D printers.
Yeah. Or they'll ban waffle irons because that'll stop people from 3D printing guns. I don't know. Makes as much sense as anything else they're doing these days.
There's been
might put code on the 3D printers that don't allow them to print that kind of thing. Because I know that if you try to get a printer to print money, it puts some sort of there's some sort of detection circuit they put into them.
Yeah. Unless you hack the firmware, in which case you're good to go. So I'm sure if they added something like that to 3D printers, somebody would just hack the firmware because there are so many people playing with these things and so many of them are hackery sorts. So you cannot stop this stuff. And it's funny, all the governments around the world that are just having like complete meltdowns about it. But here's the thing. If you get rid of the 3D printers and you get rid of the guns, like if you could snap your fingers tomorrow and every gun in the world vanishes, or let's say every weapon, anything that could be used as a weapon disappears, and we're just all sitting around with pool noodles, strangling each other with those, you've still got criminals. But if you get rid of the criminals, then you don't have a problem. No matter what you have around, everybody could have M60s at that point. Fine.
That's just crazy talk.
I know. Probably racist, too. Anyway, that's enough logic for the evening.
Yeah. That article reminds me, there's been a couple. There was down, I think it was Hastings Street, Vancouver. There was found in their tent city or whatever. There was a shotgun or something and 4 people charged. Yeah. And then actually just west of Grand Prairie, Horse Lake First Nations, there was a ton of stuff grabbed from there.
Shocking.
Compound bows, rifles, pistols, looks like pirate modified pistols, everything.
Fantastic.
I just have to post this in chat because there's a if you want to see what you can do, like the coolest thing I've seen 3D printed yet, go Google a homemade 3D printed 12 gauge shotgun from a guy named Guns Con. He built the entire thing, 3D printed pretty much everything, and the barrel is a chunk of pipe from Home Hardware, and apparently it works great. They've cycled a bunch, and it's a cylindrical magazine shotgun. It's
for entertainment purposes only. We're not suggesting you go out and make this.
It's just cool to look at.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that if you have a license, actually, and you're making it for yourself. I don't know that there's anything wrong with that. You can make your own guns, can you not?
No,
not anymore.
I thought you could for personal use.
You don't need a business license now.
What? Well, that's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Or be a criminal in Hastings Street, apparently.
Yeah, then don't worry about it.
It's fine. The best quote I saw today on the internet, somebody on the CCFR web Facebook page posted a comment about these laws keep the honest people honest.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Keep the honest man honest. That's what they do. So anyway,
well, it's just like a lock keeps an honest person out.
Just don't go 3D print your own printers or your own guns, I guess.
Don't go 3D print 3D printers. You'll never stop.
3D print your own printers. Just don't print.
I have I have a buddy who 3D prints all the parts for his 3D printer.
Oh, yeah.
So he has the 3D printer, and then he posts all these expansions he's made with the printer. Like,
my first 3D printer was 3D printed.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
Is it a Prusa?
Adreno. Yeah.
Nice.
Similar to the Prusa, but yeah. But we'll move on. CCFR legal fund donations. There are no new ones, but if you are looking for a way to help the CCFR and the ongoing court battle, you can become a member or donate to the fund by sending an EMT to finance@firearmsrights.ca. And then we'll get into the new gun stuff.
Oh, I got a bunch. Adriel? Let me just pull them up here. I got more than you guys can even see. That window? Yeah, that window. All right. The first one is that Nordic got their shipment of SK and Lapua ammo. So if you're looking for SK Standard Plus or Match or Long Rifle or Lapua Center X or Polar Biathlon or your whatever Gucci 22 ammo you're looking for, they got it. So check them out. Next one I have here is that Tactical Imports has the Type 81 Special Edition that they've brought in. Shipment 3.
They're back.
The last one. No, that's what they say every time. But
it's always the last
time.
It's always the last time. But yeah, they still got drum mags. They've got the Cobra sight that you can use to run a red dot or something like that on it. And large
Does it come with the sight?
Shooter. I don't know.
No.
Cobra sight $499. Oh, it might, because that's not just the mount. The mount that they sell is like $200, and the Cobra sight is a red dot
version available.
Anyways, they got that. And then I've got a whole bunch of different handguns that I wanted to show here. The first one is from just Profit River's got. I'll just be like generous here. A bunch of weird stuff. But they've got some like Revolvo Gats if you prefer to wear a lot of leather. They've got some hot trash that I don't think you should even look at. They got some Ruger Wranglers if you want some 22s. And they've got some more garbage, garbage. Oh, there's a P10C for $1,000, which is good. What I'm saying is, so just for the audio listeners, there's a couple of like pistols like FMK and that kind of thing, which are not popular pistols. They're just like pretty rando, inexpensive, with cringy engravings on their side, like respect our armed services and that kind of stuff. If you have like the thin blue line right next to a Punisher skull, right next to Mola and Labe sticker on your truck, it would be the perfect match. Nice. And they've got a couple of other things here. I'm stop me before I insult too many of our listeners here. And then the one that I've been looking at, Tenda's got a bunch of these. They're blowing all their Charles Daly shotguns. Charles Daly used to be like a brand name. They sold it to one of these Turkish companies. Now this Turkish company is like making the same shotguns that all the other Turkish shotgun manufacturers are making, but just under a different label. Anyways, Tenda is blowing them out. This is the one I'm looking at. This is like a Turkey shotgun. It's a folding single barrel shotgun. This one's got a rail on the barrel, and it's got a super duper tight choke because it's made to be shooting turkeys. But I've got that kind of choke, the Beretta Mobile choke. I've got like a buttload of those things. So I could put it to like a regular slug gun choke and then run slugs out of this thing if I wanted to, for the grand price of $179.99.
That's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like, why not? For that price, who cares? Like,
boy,
how much to 3D print it though?
Oh, probably about $14.75. A chunk of tubing from Home Depot.
And a lot of time and a lot of spaghetti afterwards. A lot of spaghetti prints. Yeah. So they've got that one, but they've got a couple of other ones that are fairly inexpensive as well. They have a pump shotgun for $179.
Jeez. Nice.
That is very inexpensive. And then the cheapest one that I found, they have a 20 gauge folding, no sights or anything, like a bead sight on the front. $139.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the cheapest firearm I know of.
How low can you go?
Yeah.
So you'll be reviewing these, will you, Adriel?
I like look at how they fold. They fold
cool.
so tight. So yeah, maybe this looks really, especially that 20 barrel one, very interesting to me. Less interesting, more a sign of the times is this Norenko Np17 that they have. It's like a Tokarev, but uglier.
Yeah.
It's like two-tone, and it's got the different, like the big butt grips on there, and a safety. Who puts safeties on on Tokarevs? But it's $359. So if try to find another pistol that's $359, you'll find some Tokarevs, nothing with like a decent grip on it or anything like that. So I don't know, maybe
weird.
In terms of other stuff that's like available right now, it's like we're really getting down to the dregs. There's been a couple of shipments coming in. They're generally much higher price than they have been in the past. It's like an M&P. The M&P pros are like $1,200. That's
Whoa.
like shadow. That's shadow pricing for an M&P
Whoa.
Pro.
It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Silly money at this point, but that's where we're at, right? Gotenda's also got some of those high power clones, the Gersans, which a buddy of mine bought and he really likes. They've still got the Beretta 92Ss, Tokarevs. Still the best deal, in my opinion. Those Jerichos are still $550, $560. So those are probably still the best deal for the pricing. That's a CZ75 frame with some wear on it.
I know a couple guys that own Jerichos and they love them. Other than that, try getting anything for them.
Numrich has stuff for them, and a lot of their parts are CZ75 compatible, I believe.
Oh yeah,
yeah, but I'll find out when I get mine. And the Norenko MP22s are back. They're no longer $299. Now they're $550. I don't know where they found those because those haven't been available for retail for a while. But they found some. I think the cheapest one probably is the Chinese TT33s for $250. But not the best. The best probably for the price is like the Jerichos. Oh, they have a CZ Shadow 1, $1,530. Still a really great pistol, though. Still a great pistol for IPSC. Probably the best one of this bunch. For IPSC, that would be what I'd want to run. I wouldn't want to run any of this other stuff.
I got mine 800 and 1,000, so I'll just stick with that. But
it has the import ban tax on it now. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is like the next rounds of retail sales are going to be it. Like whatever distributors have, they're moving it out to retailers, and once retailers are done, they're done. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me sad. But on the other hand, there won't be any more crime in Canada. So.
You gotta look at the upside here.
That's
no
the
more
upside.
crime.
Yeah, crime all goes away. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
The price they pay for everyone's safety. Yeah,
they won't be breaking into cars and
all that stuff.
They won't be doing any of that stuff.
Drug dealers will be at orphanages, hugging kids with diseases. It's going to be amazing.
Well, yeah,
it's going to be terrible for monkeypox, but it'd be great for safety. Yeah,
Hastings will be turned into an amusement park and
bouncy castles.
All good.
Yeah. No, those are bad. Remember from the truckers?
Oh, that's true. That and hot tubs apparently make you a racist.
Hot tubs, yeah.
Cool. Anyways,
right.
I think that's it. Did I cover everything? I think I did. Yeah. If you're looking for a handgun, get a Jericho. Otherwise,
Yeah. Slim pickings.
Jericho or bust.
Yeah.
Well, it is summertime, and once again, we don't have a main topic for.
Got one next week.
Yeah, we got one scheduled for next week. We're working on rolling out some stuff. So we'll get into listener feedback. And we did actually have a review last week on Facebook. Mo, do you want to read that?
Sure. From Jennifer, if you don't listen to Slamfire Radio, there might be something wrong with your brain. She hasn't heard the 3D printing and meth talk yet. So,
yeah.
3D print meth, is that a thing?
Make it into
I'll continue.
snowflakes.
These hosts are knowledgeable and do things for the firearms community. I always learn something new and get This part's good. I always learn something new and get a dose of inspiration and encouragement from their podcast episodes. Thank you.
Not this one, though, Jennifer. Just stay away from the map.
Yeah, this one's kind of full of bad ideas.
It's bad kids. Thank you, Jennifer. That's very nice.
Yes, thank you, Jennifer. We don't have any emails, no new Patreons, Instagram. I think we more or less kept up with stuff on Facebook here. I've been seeing that Ontario's starting to get their stuff in. So, wait.
Yeah.
Derek said that Tactical Imports got a new Polish pistol released today.
Ooh.
I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Is it the Viz 100 M1?
Yeah, I think so. It was like 1400 or something like that, right?
1200? What is this?
Okay.
Here, let me share my screen so you guys can revel in the WTF-ness of it. Slide release, takedown lever, safety, decocker. Not sure. Decocker,
kind of safety-ish.
Think it's a safety. That's got to be a decocker.
Yeah,
for what it is.
Looks like Darth Vader's helmet stretched out.
Thanks for the measured response there. That's cool optics ready.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate those sights. The fiber back and the fiber front. Oh, just dots everywhere. So confusing.
Oh.
But that's okay. It's optics ready. Put a red dot on top.
No.
Screw those sights. Comes with one mag, additional grip sizes, universal mounting plate for red dots, Allen keys, cleaning tools. Huh. Well, that might be one of the cheaper optics ready pistols, especially hammer fired. I wonder what the trigger's like on it. SADA?
Yeah, 1200. You can get one of those rivals for 1,000 shipped.
Are they available right now?
Can you still?
I don't know if they actually are. So I guess, available right now.
I think so.
As they seem to keep coming, and I know they won't be coming anymore, but it seems like they were restocking and people have been getting them. But
Mechanics, right? I guess Marstar would have that. They seem to bring in lots of Canics. Marstar have any Canics? They've got the Brighty 92s. They've got the Norenko Np17s, 22s. They still have some Olympias for $199. I sold a pile of those with that video on like what handguns are still available in Canada. I don't see any. Yeah, not sure. Canic.
Had some on
sold out
this morning, but
yeah, I don't think so. Whenever they're listed, they're gone pretty quick.
Stock.
It's
quantity.
like the Walther PDP is the same thing. As soon as somebody puts any out there, they're gone.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the people. I've got a friend who's waiting for his RPAL to arrive, so he bought a bunch of guns that one of his friends has. So I think his friend just acquired a bunch of guns.
That's going to happen to me because I have family members who just got their RPALs recently, and they're like, "Can you buy some handguns?" And then we can buy them from you. It's like, oh my god, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be stuck with a bunch of garbage handguns.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Yeah. But if you would like to email the show and send show an email, then we'll read it on air. You can send it to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We don't have any new Patreon supporters, but if you'd like to support us on Patreon, you can find us there at patreon.com. Shout outs. Anybody have any shout outs?
Oh, shout out to listener Thomas for helping me reload. It's part of the reason I got through so many rounds. Came over one morning and we cranked out a bunch of ammo.
Cool. Dave, Mo?
Shout outs to Marco Mancino for reinforcing that all politicians are scumbags. Well, the liberal ones anyway. So thanks, buddy. Way to live up to the stereotype.
Love how you just bring the tone right up there. I don't have a shout out, but Mo, do you have one?
No, I don't have anything.
Well, actually, I'll shout out Dave for every time he's on, making sure that we're in a good mood and looking on the bright side of things. And with that, we are going to sign off. So go check us out on Gun Owners of Canada. Give us a like and review on Facebook. Join the CCFR, and we will see you guys next week.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Callie.
Go buy a gun.
Guns is low, but meth is high.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that'll happen.
Yeah.
Better chance, yeah.
How long does a hit of meth last? I'm actually speaking of drugs. There's hello everyone. We're live. Speaking of drugs, there's an excellent show called Crack on Netflix. It's all about the crack cocaine epidemic and sort of just the BS around it and how it happened and what it was about and everything. It's really, really interesting. I found it fascinating.
Yeah.
How long does a hit of meth last? All I got was gethelpwithsubstanceUseCanada.ca. Probably just a link to Bill Blair's email so you can commiserate with him, get liquored up, ban some stuff.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anyway, let's do a show.
Running this thing.
Yeah.
Kyle?
Right.
Mo?
Yep.
Kyle, you're
That's
running this
me.
thing. All right.
Yeah.